afternoon. Welcome to GrainTV. Today's April 13th, 2012. I'm Logan Burgess. Joining me to my right is Abbey Schmaltz. Abbey, kind of an interesting week here in the grain complex. Kind of the big fundamental driver was that USDA report we saw come out on Tuesday. We saw bean export expectations increase. Corn ending stocks were left unchanged. That was kind of a surprise to the corn market there. And the wheat ending stocks were actually lowered here. Once the dust settled after this trade week, where are we looking at here for weekly price changes?
Well, in the front month here, we had corn down 28 1/4. We had soybeans up 5 3/4. Chicago wheat down 14 1/2. And then on the new crop side of things, we had corn down 12 3/4. Soybeans down 18 3/4, and then Chicago wheat down 15.
Yeah, kind of standing out here is that old crop soybean contract, the only grain ending in the black here, up 5 3/4 on the week. It looks like that might have been helped out by those improved export expectations for this marketing year that we saw come out on Tuesday from the USDA.
Yeah, on the new crop front, the Chinese are back in the export market, purchasing 165,000 metric tons, and that was reported this morning by the 4A.
Yeah, that was certainly good to see. One thing that kind of set the tone early for the trade was that report out of China that GDP growth was lower than expected. So that kind of set a bearish tone. I mean, obviously, Chinese are a huge consumer of U.S. grain, so it'll be important to see the marketing or the export sales pace as we move through the marketing year and into next year. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I know you looked into some forward carries in the cash market right now. The big question on a lot of people's minds: is it worthwhile to store your grain right now? We'll come back. We might have an answer for you.
I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like the service when it's free because you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
And welcome back to GrainTV. Abbey, I know before the break we were talking about the cash market a little bit here. What are we seeing for corn on that forward cash price curve?
Well, when we compare those forward deliveries to the current spot price, we're seeing that there really is no incentive to carry into the summer. Right now there is a slight premium going into May, but when you factor in that cost of carry, there really is no reason to lock in that May contract.
Okay, well, that's kind of in line with what we're seeing in the futures market then. If you look between a May and a July futures contract, the market is inverted right now, so it's interesting that we are seeing that in the cash market as well. Kind of turning our attention here to what we saw in the last week. What are we seeing for weekly changes here for corn?
Well, corn was actually up 1/2 cent this week, and the majority of the strength was seen along the river systems. There, we saw barge rates drop a couple of cents, and we also saw the Gulf move up 3 cents.
Oh yeah, that Gulf basis is probably supported by an export market which really beat analyst expectations this week. Really good export sales of corn were printed this week. A lot of producers right now are thinking about marketing new crop corn. What are we seeing right now for new crop corn deliveries in terms of basis?
Well, right now we're sitting about 40 under that December contract, and we've actually been there for a couple weeks now. But despite that, we are also sitting 10 cents above the 5-year average.
Oh wow! So certainly basis remains red hot. The cash market is really on fire right now. It might be time to lock in some basis in your local market. If you do have any questions about making cash sales, certainly give us a call at the office here. We can help you out. I think that wraps up our show here for Friday afternoon. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.